everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is going to be a cooking video. Since we are talking about how to heal from Crohn's disease, it requires food. We're going to have to talk about what we actually eat, what I actually eat. Keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. I cannot tell you what to safely eat or not eat. All I can share with you is what I currently eat and what I did eat as I was going through the healing journey. As a reminder, about 12, 15 years ago, somewhere in there, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and now on my last colonoscopy and biopsies, there was no signs that I have Crohn's disease or ever did have it. So there has been amazing improvement, and it is, in my opinion, because of my plant-based diet. There are lots and lots and lots of things that I do not eat, but there are lots and lots and lots of things that I do eat. And in this video, I'm going to show you what I made today that works for my particular digestion, and hopefully it will work for yours too. However, typically there is a progress that people need to go through as they're healing. While your gut is very inflamed, a lot of times the only way that you're going to be able to eat things is if they are pureed or blended. And I find that to still be the case with some fruits and vegetables. I do not eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables. The ones I do eat are pureed or blended. In this video, I'm going to be making vegetable spring rolls and air fried potato wedges, which made a delicious lunch. I hope you enjoy this video, and there will be more coming. So stay tuned and enjoy. Well, I have never made a cooking video before, so this is going to be a little weird for everyone. Today I am making one of my staple meals that works really well for me as a person with digestive disorder. I have Crohn's disease, as no doubt if you've seen any of the previous videos. Also, my cat is going crazy. Ivy, honey, what's wrong? I have successfully healed from Crohn's disease thanks to a plant-based diet and other modifications that I've made to my lifestyle. And so I thought it would be helpful to share what Ivy, what do you need? What I actually eat, because I would have loved to see this from other people while I was in the process of wondering if it was possible for me to get better or if I was doomed to be sick forever. That is my red bell pepper. I find red the easiest to digest. Also, I think it's the tastiest. And here is some cabbage. I like red cabbage. Okay, I need to see what Ivy needs. Okay, things that Ivy tipped over are upright again. And I have a pot with about an inch, maybe an inch and a half of water in it. This is a large pot, and there's a reason for that, because I need my spring roll paper to fit in there so it can get soft. This is the brand of spring roll wrappers that I use simply because they're easy to access for me. There are other brands that work equally well, but if you're going to use a different brand, you will potentially need to adjust the soaking time. That is what I have found anyway. gonna set these right here. And the first one, they look like this, goes in the water. I'm gonna move this pot off to the side just so that you'll be able to see the rolling process, but it will be nearby. Since I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, it has been, well, since before I was diagnosed, actually, since I got sick, I had a very difficult time digesting raw fruits and vegetables. However, in order to heal from diseases, autoimmune diseases or other diseases, we really need a lot of nutrients. And where are most nutrients found? In fruits and vegetables, basically in plants. Okay, you can see that this has become quite flexible. I'm going to put the next one in. I'm going to wait a little bit longer until this becomes more like a very thin fabric. Then we're going to fill it up. I'm going to give that just a second while I get my air fryer pan. This is the pan of my small little air fryer, and this is where I'm going to put the spring rolls when I'm done rolling them up. So here's how it goes. Oh, I also, before I started filming, chopped up some cucumbers. So I don't eat raw fruits and vegetables very often. This is the red cabbage, the red bell pepper. I'm going to put the cucumber in there. Then I'm going to put some greens. These are organic spring green mix. Then we're going to roll it up like a burrito. Let me move that out of the way so you can see this a little bit better. Right in the middle. Okay, so we're kind of holding it all in there. And I'm going to pull up this end. You can see that it's very, very flexible by this point. And I'm going to fold in the edges. And then I'm going to, whoopsie, this one, I let it go a little too long, but it still works just fine. This is how it looks. And I'm going to put it right on this air fryer tray because I don't like them slimy. I like them crispy. I think I'm probably going to make 5 of these for lunch along with some air fried potatoes. This one doesn't need to wait because I left it in the water too long chatting. So we're just going to speedy-like fill this one up and roll it. Where I was going with that is that as far as raw fruits and vegetables, I don't really eat them. I do eat them if it's in a smoothie. Did I put another one in? Yes. I have a big smoothie every morning with lots and lots of goodness in it. And I also do nice cream, which I will do a recipe video for that for you sometime soon. And this next one is ready to come out. And the next paper is ready to go in. But this is not really all the way cooked when it air fries. It's still enough to be okay for my digestion, but not so much raw that it's difficult to digest. So it's just perfect. It's nice and crispy. Of course, I wouldn't start with this if you are just recently diagnosed. I will put some links down below to some different places where you can find protocols for how to perhaps adjust your eating as you go along the healing pathway. Because when you're first diagnosed, you have so much inflammation that it's really difficult to digest anything. So the recommendations typically are start out with a lot of purees, soups, and smoothies. Oops, I think I forgot cucumber in the last one. And things like that that are easier on the digestion but still have a lot of nutrients in them. And then move forward as your digestion heals. I did not do that because at the time I did not know that there was a healing pathway, and I did not find any helpful information. Also, excuse my voice, I have had the flu. And I am trying hard to be normal, but I'm not quite normal yet. Okay, so actually I think we will just make this last one. A lot of times I make 6, but today I think I'm just gonna make 5. So I'm a little bit less hungry. But you do have to be careful with these kind of foods. So crunchy, because they're very low in calories. And if you don't have something starchy on the side, like rice or potatoes, then you are bound to be quite hungry quite quickly. We have to get the nutrients in there, i.e. fruits and vegetables, but we also need to get the starch in there, because the starch is what fills you up, and also it has a lot of fiber. So that's one thing you'll probably want to go slowly at, and potentially consider gluten-free sources. I am gluten-free because I have celiac disease, but I have heard that it can help with autoimmune problems in general. These are going to go in the air fryer for about 15 minutes, depending on the heat of your air fryer. I usually keep mine between 350 and 400. Today we're going to go with 375. In the meantime, we're going to prep some starches. Today, and every day for lunch, my starch is going to be potatoes. Now, another thing I really don't do is eat the skins of things. I know potato skins contain the majority of the nutrition in a potato, but potato skins are not something that so far I do a great job digesting. It can give me some pain. Oh, and I should remind you at this point, I do not have any signs that I have Crohn's anymore or that I ever had it. So it flummoxes me why there should still be so many things that I avoid because they can cause me pain. Because obviously, one potato skin is not going to cause Crohn's to act up for me, because I don't have any sign that I actually have it anymore. But it can cause me actual pain. So that is a mystery. Anyway, I take the skins off. Doesn't take very long. Today I am making 6 potatoes, and I have a very cool machine that I just got for Christmas that I will show you in just a moment. I wasn't sure I was going to love it because I don't love having specialized kitchen tools for everything. I kind of like using my trusty knife rather than some kind of veggie chopper. However, this potato machine has been saving me quite a bit of time, because I do a lot make potatoes. One of the reasons I eat potatoes a lot is because they are very filling. They're also very easy on the digestion, so they're a good way to feel satisfied after a meal. And with lunch, my husband is mostly plant-based, and he has peanut butter sandwich and carrots and air-fried potato wedges on the side. So this is going to be potatoes for the whole world. That means my husband and me. Okay, I'm gonna rinse these off. very big. And I don't really want to adjust the camera because you will get a better view this way, but it is my potato chopper. I have the 1/2 inch blade in there. All you do is push, and then you have perfectly sized potatoes to go in your air fryer. And yes, you'd be guessing correctly if you guessed that I have 2 air fryers, because often I want to make spring rolls in one and potatoes in the other one, or some other magic combination. Some potatoes are very hard and they need a little help. But really, it's magical. On this next potato, I'll move it aside so you can see all the potatoes just come out magically. It would have taken me a lot longer to chop those potatoes. A lot longer. And it's super fun. I thought maybe this machine would be difficult to clean, and it did have a learning curve, I must admit. Because you have to, every time after you use it, you take off the blade. I can do a tutorial on that if anyone wants to buy this machine but is a little nervous. I have now a full, oh, and here's an old one. We don't want that one. A full tray of delicious potatoes. I'm going to air fry these at, again, 375, but these for about 1/2 hour. So when these are about halfway done, then I will start the spring rolls. Thank you for being here today and cooking with me. I will see you next time. Have a great day.